Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Bold English. English is very easy. And today, we're going to practice something you can use every single day. In this lesson, you'll learn 100 practical English sentences that can help you communicate more naturally and more confidently. These are not complicated sentences. They are simple, useful, and easy to practice. But there's one important thing. Don't just listen. Speak with me. Listen to each sentence. Understand the situation, and then say it yourself. We'll go from sentence number 1 all the way to 100. And don't worry about the length of this lesson. Our goal is simple: 100 useful sentences. So, take your time. Speak out loud. Before we begin, subscribe to my channel and like this video. Let's continue. Sentence number 1. I'm ready for today. You can use this when you're prepared to begin your day or start something important. For example, I'm ready for today. Now you say it. I'm ready for today. Sentence number 2. I have a lot to do today. Use this when your day is full and you have several things to take care of. For example, I have a lot to do today. Your turn. I have a lot to do today. Sentence number 3. I'll handle it later. This is useful when you decide to deal with something at a later time. For example, I'll handle it later. Say it again. I'll handle it later. Sentence number 4. Give me a second to think. Use this when you need a little time before answering. For example, someone asks you a difficult question. You can say, give me a second to think. Now you, give me a second to think. Sentence number 5. I'm almost finished. Use this when you're close to completing something. For example, I'm almost finished with this task. Now say, I'm almost finished. Sentence number 6. I'll get back to you. This means you'll talk to someone again later with more information. For example, I'll get back to you this afternoon. Your turn. I'll get back to you. Sentence number 7. That works for me. Use this when you agree with a plan or suggestion. For example, meeting at 3? That works for me. Now you, that works for me. Sentence number 8. I'm not sure yet. Use this when you haven't decided something completely. For example, are you going this weekend? I'm not sure yet. Say it. I'm not sure yet. Sentence number 9. I'll think about it. Use this when someone gives you an idea or suggestion, and you need time before making a decision. For example, that's an interesting idea. I'll think about it. Your turn. I'll think about it. Sentence number 10. That makes sense. Use this when you understand why something is reasonable. For example, now I understand your point. That makes sense. Say it naturally. That makes sense. Sentence number 11. I'm looking forward to it. Use this when you're excited about something coming soon. For example, the trip is next week. I'm looking forward to it. Your turn. I'm looking forward to it. Sentence number 12. It's up to you. Use this when someone can choose what happens next. For example, we can eat here or go somewhere else. It's up to you. Now say, it's up to you. Sentence number 13. I haven't decided yet. Use this when you still need time to make a choice. For example, which course will you take? I haven't decided yet. Your turn. I haven't decided yet. Sentence number 14. I'll let you know. Use this when you want to tell someone that you'll give them an update later. For example, I'll check my schedule and I'll let you know. Now you, I'll let you know. Sentence number 15. That's a good point. Use this When someone says something you hadn't considered, but now you understand its value. For example, you should leave earlier. That's a good point. Say it. That's a good point. Sentence number 16. I'm not familiar with that. Use this when something is new to you or you don't know much about it. For example, have you heard about this app? I'm not familiar with that. Your turn. I'm not familiar with that. Sentence number 17. Could you explain that again? Use this when you want someone to explain something. One more time. For example, the instructions weren't clear. Could you explain that again? Now say it. Could you explain that again? Sentence number 18. I'm getting used to it. Use this when something is becoming more familiar because you've experienced it several times. For example, the new schedule was difficult at first, but I'm getting used to it. Your turn. I'm getting used to it. Sentence number 19. I didn't expect that. Use this when something happens that surprises you. For example, the weather changed suddenly. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Sentence number 20. Let's figure it out. Use this when you want to solve a problem together. For example, we don't know what went wrong, but let's figure it out. Say it with confidence. Let's figure it out. Let's quick review today's 20 sentences. I'm ready for today. I have a lot to do today. I'll handle it later. Give me a second to think. I'm almost finished. I'll get back to you. That works for me. I'm not sure yet. I'll think about it. That makes sense. I'm looking forward to it. It's up to you. I haven't decided yet. I'll let you know. That's a good point. I'm not familiar with that. Could you explain that again? I'm getting used to it. I didn't expect that. Let's figure it out. Excellent. You've completed the first 20 sentences, but we're only getting started. There are 80 more fresh sentences coming. And remember, don't just watch this lesson. Speak every sentence out loud, because the goal isn't to collect English sentences. The goal is to actually use them. Now, we're moving forward with 20 more useful everyday English sentences. Remember, don't just listen. Say each sentence out loud. The more you use English, the more natural it will become. Let's continue. Sentence number 21. I'm in the middle of something. Use this when you're already busy with another task. For example, can you talk right now? I'm in the middle of something. Now I'm in the middle of something. Sentence number 22. I'll take care of that. Use this when you want to tell someone that you'll deal with something. For example, someone needs to contact the store. You can say, I'll take care of that. Your turn. I'll take care of that. Sentence number 23. I completely forgot about it. Use this when something slipped out of your memory. For example, you were supposed to send an email, but you forgot. You can say, I completely forgot about it. Say it again. I completely forgot about it. Sentence number 24. I'm running a little late. Use this when you won't arrive at the expected time. For example, you're supposed to meet someone, but you're delayed. I'm running a little late. Your turn. I'm running a little late. Sentence number 25. I'll be there in a few minutes. Use this when you're on your way and expect to arrive soon. For example, where are you? I'll be there in a few minutes. Now I'll be there in a few minutes. Sentence number 26. I need some time to decide. Use this when you don't want to make a decision immediately. For example, which option do you want? I need some time to decide. Say it naturally. I need some time to decide. Sentence number 27. I'm having trouble with this. Use this when something is difficult for you. For example, you can't understand how something works. I'm having trouble with this. Your turn. I'm having trouble with this. Sentence number 28. Can you give me a hand? Use this when you need someone's help. For example, you're carrying several things. Can you give me a hand? Now say it. Can you give me a hand? Sentence number 29. I really appreciate your help. Use this when you want to sincerely thank someone for helping you. For example, someone helped you with an important task. I really appreciate your help. Your turn. I really appreciate your help. Sentence number 30. That's not what I meant. Use this when someone misunderstands what you were trying to say. For example, you explain something, but the other person understands it differently. You can say, "That's not what I meant." Now "That's not what I meant." Sentence number 31. I see what you mean. Use this when you understand another person's idea. For example, someone explains their opinion, and now you understand their point. I see what you mean. Say it. I see what you mean. Sentence number 32. I'm just checking. Use this when you want to confirm something quickly. For example, did you already send the message? I'm just checking. Your turn. I'm just checking. Sentence number 33. I'll keep that in mind. Use this when someone gives you advice or information that you want to remember. For example, try leaving earlier next time. I'll keep that in mind. Say it again. I'll keep that in mind. Sentence number 34. It depends on the situation. Use this when the answer can change depending on different circumstances. For example, is it always better to work from home? It depends on the situation. Now it depends on the situation. Sentence number 35. I don't have much experience with that. Use this when something is not very familiar because you haven't done it often. For example, have you worked with this software? I don't have much experience with that. Your turn. I don't have much experience with that. Sentence number 36. I'm trying to improve. Use this when you're working on becoming better at something. For example, how is your English going? I'm trying to improve. Say it. I'm trying to improve. Sentence number 37. I'm getting better at it. Use this when you've noticed progress in a skill. For example, your pronunciation has improved. I'm getting better at it. Your turn. I'm getting better at it. Sentence number 38. I need to double check. Use this when you want to check something one more time to make sure it's correct. For example, is this the correct address? I need to double check. Now say it. I need to double check. Sentence number 39. That sounds like a good idea. Use this when you like someone's suggestion. For example, why don't we leave earlier? That sounds like a good idea. Your turn. That sounds like a good idea. Sentence number 40. I'll keep you posted. Use this when you want to tell someone that you'll give them new information as things develop. For example, if anything changes, I'll keep you posted. Now I'll keep you posted. Let's review. Sentences 21 to 40. I'm in the middle of something. I'll take care of that. I completely forgot about it. I'm running a little late. I'll be there in a few minutes. I need some time to decide. I'm having trouble with this. Can you give me a hand? I really appreciate your help. That's not what I meant. I see what you mean. I'm just checking. I'll keep that in mind. It depends on the situation. I don't have much experience with that. I'm trying to improve. I'm getting better at it. I need to double check. That sounds like a good idea. I'll keep you posted. Excellent. You now have 40 fresh English sentences, and we're not finished yet. We still have 60 more, so don't stop here. Practice these sentences until they feel comfortable. Then come back for the next part. In part 3, we'll continue with sentences 41 to 60, with new situations, new expressions, and completely fresh examples. Keep speaking. You're doing great. You've already practiced 40 useful English sentences. Now we're going to continue with 20 more. Remember, don't rush. Listen carefully, understand the situation, and then say the sentence yourself. Let's continue. Sentence number 41. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Use this when you meet someone in a place where you didn't expect them. For example, you meet an old friend at a bookstore. You can say, I wasn't expecting to see you here. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Sentence number 42. It's been a while. Use this when you haven't seen someone for some time. For example, you meet a former classmate. After many months, you can say, it's been a while. Your turn. It's been a while. Sentence number 43. How have things been going? This is a friendly way to ask someone how their life has been recently. For example, you haven't talked for several weeks. You can ask, how have things been going? Now say it. How have things been going? Sentence number 44. I've been keeping busy. Use this when you've had a lot happening recently. For example, someone asks, how have you been? You can say, I've been keeping busy. Your turn. I've been keeping busy. Sentence number 45. I'm glad we got a chance to talk. Use this after having a nice conversation with someone. For example, you're saying goodbye. After catching up, you can say, I'm glad we got a chance to talk. I'm glad we got a chance to talk. Sentence number 46. Feel free to ask me anything. Use this when you want someone to feel comfortable asking questions. For example, if you're explaining something, you can say, feel free to ask me anything. Say it naturally. Feel free to ask me anything. Sentence number 47. Let me check before I answer. Use this when you want to make sure you have the right information before responding. For example, someone asks you about a schedule. You can say, let me check before I answer. Your turn. Let me check before I answer. Sentence number 48. I wasn't paying attention. Use this when you missed something because your attention was somewhere else. For example, someone gives you an instruction, but you didn't hear it properly. You can say, I wasn't paying attention. Now say it. I wasn't paying attention. Sentence number 49. Could you point me in the right direction? Use this when you need guidance, but you're not necessarily asking someone to do everything for you. For example, you're new to a building and don't know where to go. You can ask, could you point me in the right direction? Your turn. Could you point me in the right direction? Sentence number 50. I'll have a look. Use this when someone asks you to check something. For example, could you check this document? You can say, I'll have a look. I'll have a look. Sentence number 51. I didn't get around to it. Use this when you planned to do something but didn't find the time. For example, did you organize your files? I didn't get around to it. Say it. I didn't get around to it. Sentence number 52. I've got a few things to finish. Use this when you still have some tasks remaining. For example, can you join us right now? I've got a few things to finish. Your turn. I've got a few things to finish. Sentence number 53. I'm almost ready to leave. Use this when you're preparing to go somewhere and you're nearly finished. For example, are you ready? I'm almost ready to leave. Now say it. I'm almost ready to leave. Sentence number 54. Would you mind waiting a moment? Use this when you politely ask someone to wait briefly. For example, you need to finish something before helping them. You can say, would you mind waiting a moment? Your turn. Would you mind waiting a moment? Sentence number 55. I can manage on my own. Use this when you appreciate someone's offer, but you don't need help. For example, someone offers to carry something. You can say, thanks, I can manage on my own. Now I can manage on my own. Sentence number 56. I could use some advice. Use this when you want someone's opinion or guidance. For example, you're deciding between two options. You can say, I could use some advice. Say it again. I could use some advice. Sentence number 57. What would you do in my position? Use this when you want to know how another person would handle your situation. For example, you're facing a difficult decision. You ask, what would you do in my position? Your turn. What would you do in my position? Sentence number 58. I'll give it another try. Use this when something didn't work, but you're willing to try again. For example, you couldn't solve a problem the first time. You can say, I'll give it another try. Now say it. I'll give it another try. Sentence number 59. I'm starting to understand. Use this when something was confusing at first, but it's becoming clearer. For example, someone explains a new idea. You can say, I'm starting to understand. Your turn. I'm starting to understand. Sentence number 60. That's exactly what I was thinking. Use this when another person's idea is the same as yours. For example, someone suggests a solution, and you had the same thought. You can say, that's exactly what I was thinking. Now that's exactly what I was thinking. Let's review. Sentences 41 to 60. I wasn't expecting to see you here. It's been a while. How have things been going? I've been keeping busy. I'm glad we got a chance to talk. Feel free to ask me anything. Let me check before I answer. I wasn't paying attention. Could you point me in the right direction? I'll have a look. I didn't get around to it. I've got a few things to finish. I'm almost ready to leave. Would you mind waiting a moment? I can manage on my own. I could use some advice. What would you do in my position? I'll give it another try. I'm starting to understand. That's exactly what I was thinking. Excellent. You've now completed 60 out of 100 sentences. You're already more than halfway there, but we still have 40 fresh sentences to go. Don't worry about memorizing everything today. Practice a few sentences, then come back and practice them again. The goal is not to remember English for one day. The goal is to make useful English part of your everyday speaking. In Part 4, we'll continue with Sentences 61-80, and once again, new situations, new expressions, and completely fresh examples. Keep practicing. Keep speaking. You're doing really well. You've already practiced 60 useful English sentences. Now, we're going to add 20 more practical expressions that you can use in everyday conversations. Remember, don't simply read. Listen, understand, and then speak. Let's continue. Sentence number 61. I'm happy with the way things turned out. Use this when the final result is better than you expected, or you're satisfied with it. For example, the event is over and everything went smoothly. You can say, I'm happy with the way things turned out. Now I'm happy with the way things turned out. Sentence number 62. I wasn't sure what to expect. Use this when you didn't know how something would happen before experiencing it. For example, you're trying something for the first time. You can say, I wasn't sure what to expect. Your turn. I wasn't sure what to expect. Sentence number 63. It turned out better than I thought. Use this when the result is better than you imagined. For example, you were worried about an event, but everything went well. You can say, it turned out better than I thought. Now say it. It turned out better than I thought. Sentence number 64. I haven't had a chance to try it yet. Use this when you haven't experienced something because you haven't had the opportunity. For example, have you tried the new restaurant? I haven't had a chance to try it yet. Your turn. I haven't had a chance to try it yet. Sentence number 65. I've heard good things about it. Use this when other people have said positive things about something. For example, have you heard about that new cafe? Yes, I've heard good things about it. Now you, I've heard good things about it. Sentence number 66. I'm not completely convinced. Use this when you're still unsure whether you agree or believe something. For example, someone suggests an idea, but you're not fully sure. You can say, I'm not completely convinced. Say it. I'm not completely convinced. Sentence number 67. I see your point, but I disagree. Use this when you understand someone's opinion, but your own opinion is different. For example, you can respectfully say, I see your point, but I disagree. Your turn. I see your point, but I disagree. Sentence number 68. That's something I'll have to consider. Use this when someone gives you an idea that requires some thought. For example, someone suggests a different way to solve a problem. You can say, that's something I'll have to consider. Now you, that's something I'll have to consider. Sentence number 69. I'm open to trying something different. Use this when you're willing to experience a new option. For example, someone suggests a new approach. You can say, I'm open to trying something different. Your turn. I'm open to trying something different. Sentence number 70. I'd rather do it another way. Use this when you prefer a different method or option. For example, someone suggests a particular approach. You can politely say, I'd rather do it another way. Now say it. I'd rather do it another way. Sentence number 71. I'm not in the mood for that today. Use this when you don't feel like doing something at that particular moment. For example, someone suggests going somewhere, but you don't feel like it. You can say, I'm not in the mood for that today. Your turn. I'm not in the mood for that today. Sentence number 72. I'm looking for something simple. Use this when you don't want something complicated or difficult. For example, you're choosing a meal, a plan, or even a solution. You can say, I'm looking for something simple. Now you, I'm looking for something simple. Sentence number 73. I haven't made up my mind. Use this when you haven't decided between different options. For example, someone asks, which one are you choosing? You can say, I haven't made up my mind. Your turn. I haven't made up my mind. Sentence number 74. Let me sleep on it. Use this when you want more time to think about an important decision. For example, someone asks you to make a decision tonight. You can say, let me sleep on it. Now say it. Let me sleep on it. Sentence number 75. I'm leaning toward this one. Use this when you're beginning to prefer one option, but haven't completely decided. For example, you're choosing between two designs. You can say, I'm leaning toward this one. Your turn. I'm leaning toward this one. Sentence number 76. That caught me by surprise. Use this when something unexpected happens suddenly. For example, someone gives you unexpected news. You can say, that caught me by surprise. Now you. That caught me by surprise. Sentence number 77. I didn't see that coming. Use this when something happens that you didn't predict. For example, your team changes its plan at the last moment. You can say, I didn't see that coming. Your turn. I didn't see that coming. Sentence number 78. Things didn't go according to plan. Use this when something doesn't happen the way you expected. For example, you planned a busy day, but several things went wrong. You can say, things didn't go according to plan. Now say it. Things didn't go according to plan. Sentence number 79. We can work something out. Use this when there is a problem, but you believe a solution is possible. For example, two people have different schedules. You can say, don't worry, we can work something out. Your turn. We can work something out. Sentence number 80. Let's see how it goes. Use this when you don't know exactly what will happen, but you're willing to try. For example, you're starting a new plan and want to see what happens. You can say, let's see how it goes. Now you. Let's see how it goes. Let's review. Sentences 61 to 80. I'm happy with the way things turned out. I wasn't sure what to expect. It turned out better than I thought. I haven't had a chance to try it yet. I've heard good things about it. I'm not completely convinced. I see your point, but I disagree. That's something I'll have to consider. I'm open to trying something different. I'd rather do it another way. I'm not in the mood for that today. I'm looking for something simple. I haven't made up my mind. Let me sleep on it. I'm leaning toward this one. That caught me by surprise. I didn't see that coming. Things didn't go according to plan. We can work something out. Let's see how it goes. Excellent. You've now completed 80 out of 100 sentences. Only 20 sentences remain. And these final 20 will take us all the way to 100. So don't stop now. All 100 sentences in one day. Choose a few, use them, then come back and practice more. In Part 5, we'll complete Sentences 81-100 and finish our 100 Daily English Sentences You Must Use Every Day Challenge. Sentence number 81. I totally understand how you feel. Use this when you want to show someone that you understand their feelings or situation. For example, a friend is worried about something. You can say, I totally understand how you feel. Now you. I totally understand how you feel. Sentence number 82. Take your time. Use this when you don't want someone to feel rushed. For example, someone is trying to make a decision. You can simply say, take your time. Your turn. Take your time. Sentence number 83. There's no need to hurry. Use this when something doesn't have to be done immediately. For example, someone is worried about finishing quickly. You can say, there's no need to hurry. Now say it. There's no need to hurry. Sentence number 84. I'm glad you told me. Use this when someone shares important information with you. For example, a friend tells you about a problem they're having. You can say, I'm glad you told me. Your turn. I'm glad you told me. Sentence number 85. Thanks for letting me know. Use this when someone gives you information or an update. For example, someone tells you that the schedule has changed. You can say, Thanks for letting me know. Now you. Thanks for letting me know. Sentence number 86. I'll keep that between us. Use this. When someone shares something private with you, and you want to reassure them, for example, a friend tells you something personal, you can say, I'll keep that between us. Say it again. I'll keep that between us. Sentence number 87. You can count on me. Use this. When you want someone to know they can rely on you. For example, a friend needs support. You can say, you can count on me. Your turn. You can count on me. Sentence number 88. I'll do my best. Use this. When you want to promise that you'll make a serious effort. For example, someone asks you to finish something carefully. You can say, I'll do my best. Now say it. I'll do my best. Sentence number 89. I owe you one. Use this. When someone helps you, and you want to say that you'll return the favor someday. For example, a friend helps you with an important task. You can say, I owe you one. Your turn. I owe you one. Sentence number 90. Don't worry about it. Use this. When you want someone to stop feeling concerned about a small problem. For example, someone apologizes for a small mistake. You can say, don't worry about it. Now you. Don't worry about it. Sentence number 91. It's not a big deal. Use this. When something isn't very serious or important. For example, someone accidentally makes a small mistake. You can say, it's not a big deal. Say it naturally. It's not a big deal. Sentence number 92. That's good enough for now. Use this. When something is acceptable at the moment, even if it isn't perfect. For example, you're working on something and decide to continue later. You can say, that's good enough for now. Your turn. That's good enough for now. Sentence number 93. I'm proud of how far I've come. Use this. When you look back and recognize your own progress. For example, you've been learning English for several months. You can say, I'm proud of how far I've come. Now you. I'm proud of how far I've come. Sentence number 94. I'm getting more comfortable with it. Use this. When something feels easier because you've practiced it. For example, you used to feel nervous speaking English. Now you can say, I'm getting more comfortable with it. Your turn. I'm getting more comfortable with it. Sentence number 95. I'm working on it. Use this. When you're actively trying to improve something. For example, someone asks about a skill you're developing. You can say, I'm working on it. Now say it. I'm working on it. Sentence number 96. I'll deal with it when the time comes. Use this. When something hasn't happened yet, and you don't want to worry about it too early. For example, someone asks about a future problem. You can say, I'll deal with it when the time comes. Your turn. I'll deal with it when the time comes. Sentence number 97. One step at a time. Use this. When something feels too large or difficult, and you want to focus on one thing at a time. For example, you have a lot to learn. You can remind yourself, one step at a time. Now you, one step at a time. Sentence number 98. I'm making progress. Use this. When you want to recognize that you're moving forward, even if the improvement is gradual. For example, your English is becoming easier. You can say, I'm making progress. Say it again. I'm making progress. Sentence number 99. I'm not giving up. Use this. When something is difficult, but you have decided to continue. For example, Learning a language takes time. You can tell yourself, I'm not giving up. Your turn. I'm not giving up. Sentence number 100. I'm going to keep moving forward. Use this when you want to express your determination to continue improving and moving toward your goals. For example, you've made progress, but you still have more to learn. You can say, I'm going to keep moving forward. Now say it with confidence. I'm going to keep moving forward. Let's quickly review. I'm totally understand how you feel. Take your time. There's no need to hurry. I'm glad you told me. Thanks for letting me know. I'll keep that between us. You can count on me. I'll do my best. I owe you one. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. That's good enough for now. I'm proud of how far I've come. I'm getting more comfortable with it. I'm working on it. I'll deal with it when the time comes. One step at a time. I'm making progress. I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep moving forward. Congratulations! You have now completed 100 daily English sentences, 100 practical sentences, from beginning to end. But remember, watching this video once is not enough. Come back tomorrow, choose 10 sentences, and practice them again. Then choose another 10, and use them in your own conversations. Don't worry about speaking perfectly. Focus on speaking clearly, naturally, and consistently. Because English doesn't become natural by simply watching English. It becomes natural when you use English. So take these 100 sentences and make them part of your everyday speaking. Keep listening, keep speaking, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep moving forward. If you enjoyed this lesson, give this video a like, share it with someone who is learning English, and subscribe to Speak Bold English for more practical English speaking practice. Thank you for practicing with me, and I'll see you in the next lesson.